The moral of today's story of Publishers Clearinghouse going out of business and leaving 10 winners high and dry: give a man a fish, you feed him for a meal. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a life. Promise him a pond full of fish.
Do not rely on anybody promising you a pond full of fish.
Viva Fry, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida rumbler, in my home office with a Saturday vlog because there's been some interesting news about Publishers Clearinghouse having gone bankrupt and now stiffing alleged purported lifetime winners out of their $5,000 a month. If you haven't heard the story and you don't know what Publishers Clearinghouse is, let me just play you a jingle from the mid-80s, early 90s. An old jingle, to say the least. If you know it, you know it, and if you don't know it, this was what commercials looked like on television.
What's the new Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes doing over there?
Cluttering my desk.
Don't you know you could win $2 million?
Those contests aren't for real.
That's what we used to think.
But this check is real.
It's just a big come on.
That's what I used to think.
Do you know what this side could mean to you? Millions of dollars. So stop making excuses. Enter the one and only Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes.
There's no place like our house. Come on, send it in.
Now, for those of you who might not know what Publishers Clearinghouse is, and I suspect everyone under the age of 25 has no idea what Publishers Clearinghouse is, I'll read the description from Wikipedia. It was this mail-based thing that you would get a bundle of advertising, mail-based advertising, and you would be entered in sweepstakes, except lo and behold, you didn't actually have to get the subscription to Publishers Clearinghouse to be entered in the sweepstakes. We'll get there in a second, but this is what Publishers Clearinghouse is, for those of you who don't know. Publishers Clearinghouse, PCH, is an American company founded in 1953 by Harold Mertz. It was originally founded as an alternative to door-to-door magazine subscription sales by offering bulk mail direct marketing of merchandise and periodicals. The company is most widely known for its sweepstake and prize-based games, which were introduced in 1967. From August 2020 to March 2024, it owned the Wide Open media publications, Wide Open Spaces, about outdoor lifestyle, Wide Open Country, about country music, and Fan Buzz, about sports. Well, it just went out of business, and a few of the people who were promised $5,000 a week for life have just realized that the life that it was referring to was the life of the company. Post-pandemic, yeah, the mail-based subscription model was not doing all that well. It failed to meet the age of the digital interwebs, and it also ran into some problems with the FTC because when it gave the impression that you had to subscribe in order to be entered into the sweepstakes, or the more you subscribed into its services, the greater would be your chances of winning the sweepstakes. Yeah, that was kind of misleading, and the FTC ordered them to pay $18 million to several hundred thousand people who were misled into subscriptions. Federal Trade Commission protecting America's consumers. Press release for release. FTC sends more than $18 million to consumers harmed by Publishers Clearinghouse. April 30, 2025. The Federal Trade Commission is sending more than $18 million in refunds to consumers harmed by misleading claims made by Publishers Clearinghouse, PCH. FTC action led to PCH agreeing to pay $18.5 million in refunds and make substantial changes to its e-commerce operations. The FTC's complaint charged PCS targeted older and lower income consumers, deceiving them into thinking either that consumers could not enter into sweepstakes without purchasing a product, or that their chances of winning would be increased by purchasing products. PCH misled consumers by sending emails with deceptive subject lines that led consumers to believe the email was related to official documents such as tax forms. PCH added deceptive shipping and handling fees and misrepresented that ordering was, quote, risk-free, end quote, even though consumers who wanted refunds had to return products at their own expense. The FTC is sending checks to 281,724 affected consumers. Checks will be sent to people who ordered a product from Publishers Clearinghouse after receiving and clicking on one of the emails the FTC alleged were deceptive. I wouldn't say an $18.5 million fine is what led to the bankruptcy of Publishers Clearinghouse, but it couldn't have helped. Their business model was already flawed, and they went out of business. They were acquired by a new company that will only be honoring winners as of a certain date, leaving about 10 winners high and dry thinking that they were going to receive $5,000 a week for life. They are not receiving $5,000 a week for life. They're going to have to battle it out with other unsecured creditors in the bankruptcy, and they are probably going to get absolutely nothing.
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
From Yahoo Finance, Oregon man won cash for life in 2012, then Publishers Clearinghouse went bankrupt. Now he may lose his home. Publishers Clearinghouse's bankruptcy has left winners like John Wiley without their promised payouts. An old sweepstakes TV commercial once promised, quote, only Publishers Clearinghouse can make you so rich so fast, end quote. But as some unlucky winners discovered this year, the opposite is also true. Publishers Clearinghouse, PCH, can make your fortune disappear just as quickly. Now, some of these folks are going to make it into the news for the wrong reasons, and I'm actually not making fun of them. I kind of do feel bad for them. They were promised $5,000 a week for life. Some of them gave up their jobs, have been living thinking they were going to get $5,000 a week for the rest of their lives, which might make you spend a little more and save a little less. And you live thinking that you're always going to have $5,000 a week coming in and you don't have to work for it, and you don't develop any new skills, you don't learn how to make money on your own, and then PCH goes bankrupt and you are left high and dry. I do feel bad for them. This is indeed a cautionary tale. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a meal. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, and promise him food and get him all fat, and then he doesn't know how to hunt on his own, and then take away his food source.
He's gonna have some problems surviving.
That's what happened to John Wiley, a 61-year-old Oregon man who won $5,000 a week for life from the PCH Prize Patrol in 2012. According to NBC affiliate KGW8, Wiley received the annual check for $260,000 every January. The money let him retire and buy a house on 6 acres in scenic Bellingham, Washington. But this year, the checks suddenly stopped. A few months later, Wiley learned why. PCH had filed for bankruptcy without warning him or other winners. The reality is, even if they had warned him, it probably wouldn't have changed anything, in that he would still be an unsecured creditor in the bankruptcy, scrambling for whatever is left over, which is absolutely nothing. The only thing that would have made a difference is if he had taken his money up front like others did, in which case he would not rely on the company out surviving him. Wiley told KGW8 the turn of events, quote, feels like a nightmare, end quote, made worse by the fact that he hasn't worked in more than a decade and can't find a job now. With bills piling up, he's sold off big ticket items like a jet ski and trailer, but still expects to lose his home. From bankable to bankruptcy, KGW8 reported that Wiley is one of at least 10 winners still owed money they'll likely never see. That's because ARB Interactive, which paid $7.1 million to buy PCH, announced it would only honor prizes won after it took over in July. For past winners still waiting on payments, the Wall Street Journal noted they'll, quote, have to seek payment from the bankruptcy estate, end quote. And that is polite legalese for saying that they will not receive anything. And as far as what happened to Publishers Clearinghouse, it's kind of obvious what happened in today's day and age, but the article describes why PCH fell into bankruptcy. PCH's collapse followed a sharp post-pandemic decline. The company went from nearly $900 million in annual revenue pre-COVID to just over $180 million last year. Analysts blame competition with online giants like Amazon, along with an $18 million Federal Trade Commission settlement in April for deceptive practices that tricked people into thinking they had to buy products to improve their sweepstakes odds. The company filed for bankruptcy that same month. Now, the Yahoo News article goes on and gives you tips as to what to do or not do when you literally win the lottery. One thing is to keep your mouth shut, and the other thing is to not spend as though that is a 1,000% guaranteed income for the rest of your life. You never know what happens. Companies go out of business. You fall on hard times. You're better off saving a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Pay off debts, yada, yada, yada. But that being said, you could have also opted for the taking a lump sum payment up front instead of the annuity. You take a bit of a discount when you do that, but you don't have to worry about the company surviving forever, and if it goes bankrupt, you've got your money and you ran. Annuity or lump sum, if your winnings give you the option. Talk to a trusted financial advisor before choosing between an annuity and a lump sum. Each has advantages and disadvantages, from taxes to the payout. In hindsight, the lump sum would have been the smarter choice at PCH. In 2019, Ricky Williams won the same $5,000 a week for life prize as Wiley, but took the lump sum. He walked away with $3 million, all collected before PCH went bankrupt. Now, if you're still watching this video at this point and you haven't subscribed yet and turned on notifications and dropped a comment, I don't know what I have to do to get you to do it. Do it, please. It would help the channel grow.
And it would make me feel good, I guess.
That being said, the Publishers Clearinghouse story is indeed a cautionary tale. Things that are too good to be true sometimes are too good to be true, and just because you're promised revenue for the rest of your life does not mean you should not set aside a substantial portion of that. And even if you get fed for the rest of your life, you should still know how to hunt, just in case that source of food cuts off. More important than someone giving you money is knowing how to make that money on your own. So learn a trade, learn a skill, learn how to do it, even if you are being subsidized and financed. In the meantime, you never know when that faucet gets turned off, and a lot of people are up poop creek without a paddle. And speaking of creating, I am now going to leave my car, go to my computer, edit this video, and put it on the internet for all of you to enjoy. If you like what I do, you know what to do, but most importantly, exercise, eat healthy, sunlight, talk to people in real life, and now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah!
Atlantic to Pacific, Great Lakes to Rio Grande, real people when they're rich.
I never want anything, Mom.
This can happen, can happen. Publishers Clearinghouse, the house where